Hey guys, how's it going? This is just going to be a quick video review of two vintage G1 Transformers I just got. As you can see, I've got a G1 Grimlock here as well as G1 Slag. So I picked these up at a flea market. I did pay a bit too much for them. I have a little bit of buyer's remorse, but you know, such is life. I didn't pay a ridiculous amount of money for them. But just a little bit of overpaid after I really got a good, feel for these. I feel, yeah, their condition wasn't good enough for what I paid, but, you know, it's not like I paid $100 or some crazy amount of money. I paid, $60 for the two of them. So I overpaid a little, just, anyway, enough of that. So, let's go ahead and talk about the bots a little bit individually. First of all, though, we're going to just, look at the two of them together. Obviously, they look really nice together in dinosaur mode. But let's go ahead and talk about Grimlock first in dinosaur mode. As you can see, it's a really nice looking toy. But you can see there's definitely, on my toy anyway, there's stability problems there with the legs. But overall, this thing looks, it looks pretty good. Really enjoy this figure. He's got some articulation in this mode. His head, go up and down. He's of course got the chomping action there. Head does not rotate. His dinosaur arms, his T-Rex arms, can rotate. His tail doesn't do anything, but his legs have a few points of articulation on them. Obviously, they rotate there at the top, and they actually can bend down here at this point, so you can kind of get him in a sort of a running pose here. And there you go. And that's kind of neat, You can have them do more than just straight. But again, with the joints on this being so loose because it's a vintage toy, he has some problem standing. But I mean, if you finagle them enough, you can do it. I might have to do some research about how to improve some of this on this toy. Maybe tightening these screws will help. I'm not sure. I haven't really done anything to the figure yet, obviously. Anyway, transformation on this guy is pretty simple since he is a G1 figure. I start off by flipping the dinosaur head back, separating the dinosaur chest, lift up the robot chest, swing the dinosaur legs up. Let's go ahead and separate the tail there. And we'll get the, there we go. Swing those down, swing that out, swing that down, swing that out, and swing that down. And again, this thing's loose, so it actually has some issues with the chest and everything staying the way that it should. See if we can get him just right. Okay. Oh yeah, and you push his legs up to pop his hands out. So, there you go. And okay, come on. Stay. Stay, I say, vintage toy. Yeah. Alright, there you go. Okay. So, let's push him to the back there. There's G1 Grimlock in robot mode. Now we'll talk about Slag a little bit. And, yeah, I definitely like the way this looks in dinosaur mode as well. Missing a sticker back there, whatever. He's got some articulation as well. Unfortunately, his mouthpiece here should be able to close. Mine can close, it just doesn't stay closed, unfortunately. The legs move here at the top, and he does have a knee bend on his rear legs. His tail can kind of go up and down a little bit, and of course his horns move. I don't know if it's really articulation. I did notice a defect on this figure after I got home that kind of bothered me. I don't know how well this is showing up on sort of showing up on camera. It looks like this horn was like chewed on or something a little bit. This one right here, there's some dents and stuff in it. That irritates me a little bit, but such is life. Okay, to transform G1 Slag, it's not too tough either. You know, pretty easy. So what you do here is kind of the first step that I do is fold up the back dinosaur legs there a little bit. Kind of just, you gotta finagle the back, really. That's my technical term for it, finagle. It's a good one, right? Come on. Come on. And then you lift the tail up. They're separate. Okay, and then you pop the rear part of the dinosaur down. And you got the robot legs. Okay. And the hands pop out, and then separate the back to give him his like wings, and that's pretty much. The tail should fold up and stay, but since not mine because it's so darn loose. And there you go. And now we've got a passable. Again, passable. These things are not in perfect condition by any stretch of the imagination. A passable G1 Slag and Grimlock. Let's go over, since we just finished the transformation for Slag, we might as well just go ahead and zoom in on Grimlock a little bit here. So you can get a good look at him. Actually, you know what? I'm going to raise the camera up just a tad, guys, so just bear with me here. That way it doesn't look like we're staring up at him. There we go. Okay, that's better. Zoom in on that head of his. That's one of my favorite robot heads from G1. I really enjoy Grimlock's robot head there. And overall, I mean, for G1 toys, these are pretty darn well detailed, and they are nice. They're nice toys. Well, I mean, you know, if they were in better condition, they'd be even better, but you know what I mean. It looks good from all angles there. Again, and as far as articulation in this mode goes, the only really useful articulation he would have would be his arms able to move up and down. And yeah, technically his legs can move and stuff a little bit, but again, it's a G1 toy, brickalicious, more or less. But I'm going to be displaying this guy in dinosaur mode anyway. But anyway, there you go. That is G1 Grimlock. And let's go ahead now and show off G1 Slag. Let's see him. Oh, he's falling over. He's shy. Do a rear, well, tail would be tucked up. It would stay. You know, let's go ahead and zoom in on his head. And there you go. Pretty cool. I like his head a lot. And of course his hand decided to retract back in on, you know, whatever. Anyway, again, same thing with this figure. The only really useful articulation he has is the shoulders moving up and down. Brickalicious G1, which is fine. I'll tell you what, Hasbro really needs to make, I don't know why they haven't done this yet, because I know probably every fan on Earth would buy these, just like they're buying the Combiner Wars. They really need to, if they won't do a straight reissue of the G1 Dinobots, they need to, you know, do some new molds in this style like they've done with every other G1 character. And these are major G1 characters. They've done it with Grimlock a few times. Of course, most notably, our one-size comparison that I feel like doing, right? That, of course, is Masterpiece Grimlock, which, you know, absolutely towers over these two G1 Dinobots. But, yeah, I mean, obviously they've done it with Grimlock. I don't know why they haven't done it with the other Dinobots. And they've done Grimlock multiple times. Of course, the most recently being the Fall of Cybertron mold. They should just, I don't know why they don't do that with all of the Dinobots. Come on, guys. Just do it. The fans want it. They definitely. I mean, look at all the third-party Masterpiece Dinobots there are right now. You know, if that doesn't prove that there's market demand for these guys, I don't know what does. But all we got are the shitty Bayverse Dinobots. The only one that's a whole other, you know, conversation. Anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap this whole thing up. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. You know, if you did like what you see, as always, please thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.